Hello guys, this is UT Young for this here with another LP. This time it is the Granstream Saga for the PlayStation 1. This game came out in 1998 in the US, 97 over in Japan. It was one of those games that was kind of highly anticipated, but it is kind of disappointing. I like it, but I have to say there are better games out there than the Granstream Saga. But I'm going to go ahead and play it for you guys anyway, since this game is relatively short and all that. And I didn't push any buttons, so it just goes into a demo thing and actually shows you a bunch of things. But we're not going to be going into that. We're just going to be going right on into the game. Yeah. So I want to get your guys' input on this. Is this a game that, you would like to see me play, or do you want me to just focus on doing Ratchet and Clank and get more Ratchet and Clank? Because this first episode is just going to be an episode to see if you guys like it or not. Anyway, guys, we're off to the Granstream Saga. Let's go ahead and start this bad boy.
The chicks are going to die! Gotcha.
"100 years ago, in the Gangstrom Nebula, a great war devastated the land. After years of skirmishes, two opposing forces clashed in a final confrontation. One faction was led by the Imperial Wizardry, the other by the Allied Spirit Army. As the battle raged on, the Imperial Wizardry activated a dangerous weapon both sides had agreed to ban. The weapon was fired into the core of the planet to destroy enemy territory. But a miscalculation disturbed the planet's axis, melting ice caps and triggering tidal waves that would eventually cause complete submersion beneath the sea. Foreseeing this tragedy, 4 wise men used a magical control tower called Air Limb to keep 4 continents from sinking. Each wise man used a magic orb to power Air Limb, but the orbs had to be re-energized at regular intervals, so the wise men left a magic orb on each continent with their descendants, the new wise men, to carry on their work. Now, the inhabitants of the floating continents are intent on building a new world. But suddenly, all of the new wise men are starting to disappear, and there have been rumors of Imperial Wizardry warship sightings. Without the new wise men, the lands of Shilf, Aquas, Volcos, and Zephyr are beginning to slowly sink into the sea. Once again, an entire civilization is threatened with extinction.
Well, that doesn't really seem all that fun, does it? Death and destruction all over the place. Anyway, several years have passed since the wise men who have lifted the 4 lands disappeared. Each land is now slowly running out of energy to float and drifting into the sea. Somewhere between the sky and the ocean lies the wind continent of Shilf. To slow down its descent, parts of the land are being sliced off to make it lighter. The town of Arona is located on the land of Shilf. As the world approaches its certain doom, the inhabitants hope for salvation. A huge mountain stands in the center of the land. At its base stands a small shack. There lives an archaeologist named Valos and his adopted son Aeon. The two are responsible for slicing off the land with the help of a magic stone. Today, after their work is completed, the two head back home. Aeon, where have you been? I moved the bird's nest to a safe place. I see, that was a valiant rescue, but very foolish. What's wrong, Valos? You look troubled. The truth is, Aeon, the magic stone we used today to slice off land was the very last one. Oh no, what are we going to do? We won't be able to make the land any lighter. It will probably sink. But we need to have a long talk. Let's go inside. Well, long-ass cutscene right at the beginning of the game? Whatever, right? Kind of goes with the territory of Japan RPGs, right? Isn't there anything we can do to stop Shilf from sinking? I'm afraid not. Magic has steadily decreased over the last few years. Sadly, each continent is sinking towards the sea. And if we do not find answers soon, the lands will vanish. What about the magic stones? The one we used today was the last one. We can't slice off any more land. We can't depend on the other continents either. We can't even be sure of where they are. The other continents use the same floating power as ours. They are called Volcals, Aquas, and Zephyr. I wonder how they are faring. I hope they're still here. It saddens me to think of our grim future. I'm afraid we are running out of time. Aeon, why don't you make us some tea now? Well, hey, it's the end of the world as we know it, and yet you're sitting down and having tea time. Too bad we don't have any crumpets. Crumpets and tea. What is this? England? I don't know. It's Shilf. But anyway, there's the tea set right there in that chest. We get to control Aeon, which is the main protagonist of the story. So, anyway, we're just gonna go cook up some tea for the old man, and apparently we can't even light this thing, whatever. What? How do you... Did you forget to make tea? Bring the tea set to the stove. Yeah, we kind of have to go into our inventory and pull out the tea set. Kind of interesting if you ask me, and then all of a sudden Aeon is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to light a fire. Well, derp. Of course you're gonna need fire to boil water in order to make tea. How can you have tea without boiling hot water? I'm sorry, Valos. I put out the fire before I went out. It will take some time for the water to boil. Tell me some more. Alright, we can talk while we wait for the water to boil. Which, according to data, takes roughly about 58 seconds. I don't know. Now, Aeon, you're becoming quite the proficient in the use of magic. You have a very quick mind. I discovered that there may be a way to save our continent. Really? How? The wise man Zora was the servant of the wind spirit. Since Zora's disappearance, the land's power to float has steadily decreased. I've been thinking, though. If we solve the secret of the wise man's power, we may be able to save Shilf. Now I'm going to ask the Elder for permission to enter the Achillea Shrine. I have a feeling that this is where the wise men's secrets are hidden. But isn't it? Yes, it's dangerous. Many have been lost in there. I may never return, but I must at least try. If anything happens, don't come after me, Aeon. There is no reason to endanger your life, too. I didn't mean to bring this up, but don't worry about it. I think it's time for some tea. Aeon, why don't you make us some tea? I am making tea, old man. What the crap are you talking about? I'm just boiling the water. Help! Something horrible has happened! Okay, random kid just bursts into our house out of nowhere. What brings you into our home in such a hurry, dude? I'm sorry, Valos, but this is urgent. The traveler's owner's son, Roddy, has disappeared. All I found was his shoe by the cliff. Do you think he may have fallen? Most likely, of course. A kid go running off in the wilderness, off willy-nilly off a cliff. I can see that happening. Don't jump to conclusions, Ray. Let's consider the situation. Situation is you found a shoe by the cliff. What more do you need? Apparently you need the shoe. Don't ask me why. Do you like smelly kids' shoes? Or smelly shoes? Perhaps my magic can be of some help. I'll find him with the magic of locating. I will locate the child using some magic from the basement. You should wait here. Secret passage of nowhere. I'm sure Aeon didn't know that was there. At all. I didn't know it was there. Anyway, magic of locating. Take me to the owner of this shoe. Well, if the power of locating, or the magic of locating, is going to take you to the owner of the shoe, it's going to be more like a teleportation spell instead of a location spell. Right? Magically teleports out of thin air. I have no idea, don't ask me. The effect of the magic seems stronger than usual. Where's Valos gone? Well, last time you saw him, he went downstairs into the basement, but you know what? I don't care. Screw Valos, screw this whole entire continent. I'm getting off this ride before something bad happens. Alright, apparently Aeon thinks better than that. Better wait for Valos' return, but you know what? I don't have time to be sitting around waiting for him. I'm gonna go follow him in the meantime. Yeah, whatever, just go willy-nilly off into the distance. The magic still seems active. Maybe it has something to do with Valos' magic being more powerful than usual. I feel an ominous presence. Is Valos alright? The magic portal is still open. Maybe I should go find Valos. Maybe we'll find GLaDOS in there too, since it's a magic portal. I have no idea. If it's a magic portal, well, it's a portal made with science. You know, GLaDOS and science. One of those things that go hand in hand together. Where the crap did we end up, Aeon? Aeon, are you disobeying my orders? I told you to wait. I got worried about you, old man. Thought you could use some help. Take a look over here. No scolding for you. Since you're here, you're gonna help me. You see those metal scraps lying around? I suspect that this is Wise Men's Cemetery. I've never been here before. Looks like a destroyed statue to me, old man. And I guess when we slice off the land, the tremors tore a hole in the wall. Well, kinda happens when you slice off a piece of cliff. You get into a cave structure or something. I don't know. Yes, I felt an ominous presence as soon as I got here. Your instincts have never ceased to amaze me. Stay here while I look around. When was the last time you told... I stayed put when you told me to stay put, old man. You're odd. Yeah, what is this? Oh, blinding light! A bright glow emanates from your left arm. Mysterious power. And more shining light. Yay. Suddenly a strong feeling overwhelms you. An image appears. 'Tis the image of a soldier you have never seen before. The soldier's weapon is imprinted in your mind. What kind of weapon is it, anyway? You just say a weapon. It could mean anything. Could mean a gun. Could mean a frying pan, for all that matters. You never know. Soldier with a frying pan. Whatever. What have you done now, Aeon? Why are you blinding me with your flashing light of your left hand? It wasn't me. When I touched the scraps, the scepter began to glow. Your scepter? What did it do? It flashed a color of green light. You were wearing it when you were found. I wonder what else it can do, besides flash lights and all that. Stay here and wait. You know what, old man? I don't care. I'm going after you. I don't want to wait here, because there's nothing really much we can do here. It's a dead end, and there's strange metal scraps laying around. I don't want to be near these strange metal scraps. What are you doing? I asked you to wait. I'm sorry, Valos. I guess my curiosity's getting the best of me. Well, just be very careful. There's a green crystal to the west. It seems to have certain powers when you touch it. Be sure to examine it. It might be of help. Now, the green crystal that he is actually referring to is this green crystal here. It heals you of your HP and LP and saves your game. Right now, I don't really care about it. Can't really do much with the left or right of this room, so I guess the only way is to go up. And oh, well, statue. There's a statue thingy blocking our way. Let's go ahead and check it out. What is it? It looks like some armor with a sword. That automatically comes alive when you touch it, apparently. I don't know. It's alive! It only has one arm, so you... Oh, that was close, but I'm in trouble now. Light streaming out of the scepter, surrounding you, filling you with some kind of power. Do I stand a chance against fighting this thing? At least it only has one arm. You have two arms, and a blinding glowy light. And all of a sudden we are thrust into battle with a sword. You don't know where the sword came from. So, anyway, basically just go around. It's a free, well, it's one of those real-time combat simulations. I could just sit here and go around this guy all day, and he won't be able to lay a hand or hit on me. So I'll just go ahead and knock him down. Kind of easy, so easy first fight against the Guardian. What is this? When I look at the remains, I see an image of a soldier. Seemed to have gained his armor. So yeah, we gained armor and sword just by looking at some remains of a dead statue. Don't ask me. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this off right here, guys. And then next episode, we're going to be going on deeper into this place and exploring around. Even though Valos told us not to. Anyway, guys, this is UT Young for this, signing off, saying keep things frosty.